The Silicon Power Armor A60 4TB is a rugged external hard drive that is designed to withstand quite a lot, while delivering a good performance as an external storage device. But can it do that? The Silicon Power Armor A60 4TB has been on the market for a few years already. However, it has been updated, mainly with the storage capacity. This drive is now available starting at 1TB and going as high as 5TB. In today's review, we have the 4TB variant in black. I say in black as there are multiple colors available, but I say to keep it classic, so an all black hard drive is alright for our needs. The 4TB variant of the Armor A60 is available for purchase right now for around $113 or the equivalent in euros. And what this means for you? Well, at this price point there are other 4TB external hard drives available, of course, but not many have this level of protection against dust, water and impact. In terms of the design, the Armor A60 is simple, just a casing covering a regular small form factor hard drive and that's it. The edges of the casing are a separate component and this one is made from rubber, because it better protects the storage device inside from impacts and especially from moisture and direct water exposure. The Armor A60 has a single input and output port, a USB 3.2 Gen 1 port, and that's it. Even this port is protected against everything really, with this nice rubber cap that slides into place. In terms of protection, this hard drive is rated for IPX4 water resistance. What IPX4 means is that the hard drive is protected from splashing water no matter the direction of the splash. This means that you cannot submerge the Armor A60 in water or any liquid for that matter, but if the hard drive is left on a table and it starts to rain with moderate intensity, more than likely you will be alright. When we talk about accessories, we must talk about the packaging. The Armor A60 is delivered in this good-looking cardboard box. Not only that, but the hard drive is protected by a soft plastic-made shell. The accessories are interesting, as this hard drive has included absolutely nothing. In fact, it does have a user manual included, but it's in a PDF format and it's on the actual hard drive, so not really included. And what about that cable? Well, the cable is a typical data and power USB cable, with both ends being USB 3.2 Gen 1. Unfortunately, to be able to be attached to the casing of a hard drive and thus be made portable, this cable is very short. Taking this hard drive apart is easy, but I will not show you how to do it, because let's just say that it's better for you and everyone else. When you mess with water resistance rated devices, usually things get altered and you won't have the same water resistance as before, so I will take it apart so you don't have to. Inside we have a Toshiba made 2.5-inch hard drive, an MQ04A-PB400 to be exact. This drive can be found as a standalone product and it has a speed of 5400 RPM and a cache of 128 MB. Quite standard for such a hard drive and to be expected for this price point. To connect to the USB 3.2 Gen 1 port, the Toshiba made 2.5 inches hard drive uses a standard USB to SATA adapter, which has as its centerpiece an AS Media controller. Again, this is nothing unusual and quite a good sight, as many external drives use the cheapest controllers possible to keep the cost down. Not here though. Now that we know what makes this hard drive work, it's time to see how it performs, and the first test is a basic copy file test, and here we get to see the limitations of a hard drive that spins at a maximum of 5400 RPM. The Armor A60 4TB has a speed of 44.4 MB per second. That is, with a total file size of 100 GB copied from one folder to another on the same drive. What is interesting here is that at the beginning of the file copy process, the speeds were averaging at 144 MB per second and then it dropped to 44.4. This has to do with the way the cache of the drive works, especially on a hard drive, but it's good to see that for smaller file sizes the speed is better, and it's especially good to see that no matter the size, the speed remains constant. And when compared with other storage devices, SSDs included, we see that the Silicon Power Armor A60 4TB is right on the last place, exactly as expected, because it's not only a lower RPM hard drive, but it's an external one as well, which must use an adapter from SATA to USB to achieve the file transfer. The next test is Crystal Disk Mark, and in this test it was to be expected that the Armor A60 is below every single SSD I've tested so far, but weirdly enough, above an internal Western Digital Blue 1TB hard drive, which is nice. The third test is AutoDisk Benchmark, and again here we don't have any internal hard drives to test, so the Armor A60 is exactly what it should be as a hard drive, in the last place. And in terms of the temperature, the Silicon Power Armor A60 4TB reached a maximum temperature of 40 degrees Celsius while a benchmark was running. Quite good. Still, it's good to see low temperatures on a storage device that is somewhat modern. The Silicon Power Armor A60 4TB is an interesting hard drive. Its performance is based on how fast the hard drive will spin and, more importantly, on what USB port you will be using. If you expect the Armor A60 to have the same speed as an SSD, you can forget about it. It won't, because it's a regular mechanical hard drive. What this external hard drive offers is a reasonable performance with plenty of storage space and with the peace of mind that this hard drive will not break at the slightest sign of issues from the weather or from you dropping it. All things considered, is the Armor A60 a good external hard drive? Yes, it is. While it could have been faster and lighter, it could also have been more expensive and be the same product. The Armor A60 is a mass storage device that should last you a long time and should be good for anything you throw at it, including video games, even though for such a task a faster drive is recommended, and by faster I mean a genuine SSD. If you like this review, then you might consider subscribing for more, and if you want to support me in a direct way, then in the description below you will find the links for both the Patreon and the subscriber star pages of this channel.